So you understand the Kyoshikai's motives?
Well, if that thing really is a god, see, we would need the support of Japan as a staging ground for a fight with the Kyoshin. Our hands are tied. We can only wait and see.
And what about Baru?
They still have that territory with Ranga, right? Our policy as of late has been to avoid interfering with or getting involved in the weirdness surrounding that island. Things are different now.
Save your breath and connect me to the president.
I'm afraid I can't make that happen. I'm sorry, but it has come to the president's attention that the bombardment of neutrinos issuing from the wormhole in space has been connected to the sharp rise in earthquakes across the globe.
What the hell does that have to do with Baru?
Right now, it's important that we focus on this strange phenomenon that could end up affecting the world and the whole universe. The president is en route to the Nevada desert to oversee the investigation of the facilities there.
What the hell are you talking about? A hole in space? What about the Shimabaras? I guess Ushio's gonna have to fight these Kyoshinkai bastards by herself.
Mr. Fujiwara, what are you gonna do now?
You must have heard by now. I have become a god so that Japan may get back on a prosperous course.
Just because you're a Kyoshin doesn't make you a god. The Kyoshin are just machines. That's what the Sura said.
The Sura is a liar. Men can become gods. By joining with a Kyoshin, a man can evolve into a new creation.
No! You're wrong! All you guys are doing is using that as an excuse to control anyone who's weaker than you. And I hate it when people do stuff like that!
Control, huh? Maybe you're right. But Ushio, life as we know it cannot continue unless someone is in control. I'm just trying to do the right thing with my power. You said it was wrong to kill others, didn't you? Why did you say that?
I don't need a reason. Everyone knows that killing is wrong.
So in other words, it's your own belief. You can't force that on others. God forbid such things. You can still be saved if you follow his lead.
But...
Haven't you ever wished there was somebody you could ask, what's the right thing to do? You don't know, do you? So you desperately make up your own rules about truth and justice. All you want to do is live by your own rules. That's where you're wrong. I'm beginning to think that there are times when killing others is justified. Do you think that's harsh? There can only be one true path, and if God dictates that path, you will all lead wonderful lives. Why do you strive to live? What is right in the world? These questions will trouble you no longer.
Are you telling me that's the way my brother felt about all of this?
Listen, come see what it's like inside here. For you are the one descended from the Sura.
So cold. This is awful. What just happened back there?
You needn't be frightened. This Kyoshin has long ago lost its Sura, and I myself am not tied directly to the Sura bloodline. I need someone to help me bridge the gap so I may become a god.
But why? I don't understand this.
This has always been part of the plan, God willing. Masaru's main motive for this came from when his high school girlfriend committed suicide for seemingly no reason at all. It made us realize that something was wrong, and that someday we would have to take control.
Do you know about Lord Rhea? My father and mother are secretly researching him. If he's the real thing, would you still be interested in that Kyoshinkai thing I mentioned earlier?
Really? You're gonna start helping them with their research? Your parents died, and raising you three became his life. Every day he questioned the cruelty fate had shown his family. He told me he could never accept that injustice, and so he turned his back on the Kyoshinkai and fled to Baru.
He wouldn't do that! You're lying to me!
The time has come. Help Ushio. I no longer have a human body, and I need your strength to help me so we can build a country dedicated to Ibuki together.
No! Mr. Fujiwara!
Do you remember those days you used to stick close by my side, Ushio? It'll be just like old times.
that thing from yesterday? Can't be a Kyoshin. Is it a Sura?
After we break in, restrain all members of the Kyoshin Kai. We're taking over command of Ibuki ourselves.
At last, I can cast away this facade and my Banga can materialize. Tao's country is growing ever stronger.
She's a monster.
Those decrepit bastards have been getting on my nerves, so I gave them what you might call an early retirement. For once, we didn't have to debate the issue.
What the hell are you?
I'm not entirely sure you want to know. Have you heard of the Curiotus? I can make myself seem as human as you, although that gets boring.
Chaos had spread throughout the world. Ranga had lost. Bizarre phenomena had taken hold of the entire planet. And then the hole opened in space. It was no coincidence that all these events happened at the same time. They whispered destruction with their very existence. And before long, they were here.
What is this Curiotus thing?
I don't know, but we have confirmed reports of arrivals in Israel, China, and America as well. They've each brought an enormous Kyoshin along as a show of force, and they're calling themselves the Curiotes.
So is there a different Kyoshin now for every country in the world?
Those who bore the name Curiotus all carried the same message. The open hole in space had been torn by the force of Tao's terrible anger. If things on Earth did not change, the world would soon come to an end. And as if Armageddon had already begun, the flames of hell could be seen on the other side of that hole.
It's exactly like they said. We have positive confirmation of a giant star. We're getting readings from the other side of the wormhole.
Could it be the Guardian of Tao that Nailu mentioned? Why is it standing in my way?
Just let me out of here!
I need you to lend me your strength, Lucio. Help me!
I don't want to have anything to do with this awful mess!
But I thought that you always wanted to help others with the great power that you and Ranga shared.
I'm not like you, Mr. Fujiwara! All I want to do is find my own paradise!
I thought all you wanted to do was save you.
Masaru?
Rest easy, Ushio. You don't have to listen to the words of this lunatic.
Masaru, wait! We need the power of a god to fulfill the promise we made together so long ago!
You're wrong, Kazuo. This is a Kyoshin. You know it isn't a god. Tao is the only god.
Musaru.
Wake up, Ushio. What happened? Is something wrong?
It was our big brother. But he's gone now. He disappeared suddenly, just like when he appeared.
Let's go.
Where to, Lord Ibuki?
To Mushashino as planned. We will liberate the independent territory.
We should go back together, Ushio. I don't want to see you throw your entire life away because of this.
Miss Ichiju, I used to think that you and all the other adults I grew up around were perfect. But I was wrong, wasn't I?
Nobody's perfect. And nothing in this world is perfect. As soon as you begin to think something is flawless, that's when the cracks start to appear. I teach Japanese history, right? Trust me on this. There is no such thing as right or wrong in history. There are only facts. Wars are the same, with both sides fighting for their own version of justice. Justice and evil are relative terms. So you see...
So what? We shouldn't put our faith in anything at all? What a sad world that is. I have faith, because I know we can find our paradise somewhere. Don't you agree with me?
Ushio, sometimes our beliefs betray us.
But I'm not like that.
Lord Ibuki is going to Musashino. Can you make it back home? Will you be okay?
Well...
Labre! Ranga! Can you tell me if he's still alive?
So where's the defense force now? And we still haven't gotten any orders from Nyalu, so what's the deal?
Sora, can you hear me? I went inside Ibuki, and I'm thinking that maybe I can do the same thing with you. brother back there. If we don't believe in something, how can we carry on with our lives? I'm not gonna be held down by anyone, because I know what the truth is. Isn't that right, Masara? Ranga!
There isn't a soul here who hates the Kyoshin. All we have left now is Ibuki.
The difference between right and wrong is becoming harder to determine. Will all justice be tossed to the wind when the dead are resurrected? Next time on Neo Ranga, time lost but not forgotten. Search for paradise.